Hi, Eda. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. And thank you for being here. And you see, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things. Firstly, Eda, I want to thank you for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you invested in yourself. And oftentimes I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, Eda, I was on that particular road some months back and I walked past this mango tree. The mango tree didn't really catch my attention. Why? Because it's got no fruits on it. So it doesn't look beautiful at all. And I just walked past it. But you see, just recently, I was on that same road. And this time around, the mango tree caught my attention pretty good from afar. And I got the urge to, move closer to have a good look. Then when I got closer, it wowed me because this time around it's got a lot of mangoes on it and it looks so attractive and beautiful. The point is the fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming who you are today. That alone attracted me to you, getting to read and learn some certain things about who you are. It's amazing. So I want to say thank you. Yeah. And secondly, thank you for being here. See, I truly appreciate it. And so does the audience too. Thank you so very much. So let's get started, Eda. You see, I am quite excited to have you on the show today for some reasons. Firstly, excuse me, my interest in knowledge seeking, because I believe in order to transition from a chaotic situation to that of a beautiful one, Eda, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information. And you see, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge, and darkness means ignorance. I've been so keen to knowledge seeking. Yeah, because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the audience. Now, for that reason, Eda, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or professional journey. You know, we're just so curious. We want to know how you got here. And afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Eda, over to you.
I got here by kind of hitting rock bottom. I was getting divorced. I had 2 kids, and I just desperately needed something to believe in, some kind of hope. And I was introduced to the law of attraction, and I just clung to it. And this was about 10 years ago. And I just consumed as much as I possibly could. Once I got deeper into it, I started investing in coaches and just learning everything I could. And about 5 years ago, I started coaching.
Amazing. That sounds interesting. And here you are, standing strong and doing amazing work out there. I love that. Okay, so we get started with the first question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us. What is manifestation? Let's say someone asks you, hey, Ada, what is manifestation? What would your response be?
So manifestation is firstly, what it's not just like this magic. You say, I am wealthy, and all of a sudden money just starts falling from the sky. That it's really doing the inner work of feeling the thought fulfilled, as Neville Goddard would say. If you want to be, we'll just use money because that's 99% of what people want to manifest. And so if you wanted to be rich, are you in a position to actually manifest that? Right. So if you're sitting like in your living room and you look around, are you feeling like you're rich right there, sitting there? If you can't feel like you're rich, you're not going to be rich. You have to actually feel what you want. Right. So, go downtown and sit in a 5-star hotel lobby. Go rent a car. Do what you have to do to feel what you want so that you know what it looks like so you can hold that position on your mind.
I think I got that. More like, that feeling used to produce something. It produced this belief, like faith. Because if you don't feel what you want to become, it'll be hard for you to become it. So in other words, if you don't have faith that you're going to become something, it's quite going to be difficult to become that thing. I think I got that. Okay. That's going to lead to this one. Can you talk to us about the power of belief?
Yeah. So belief and faith kind of go a little bit together. Like what we believe is what's going to be true. Like if you believe that you're capable of making $30 an hour, but you're going to make $30 an hour, right? If you believe that you're capable of being a coach, you're going to be a coach. So you have to be able to believe in yourself. And, a lot of people get these society beliefs that are put on them like, oh, you have to grow up, go to college, get a house, have 2 kids, get married. And they're like, who says you have to do that? Where's that rule written? Right? You don't have to do any of this. You believe that because it was told to you. Right? That's society's belief. And you can believe whatever you want to have in your life. Like if your goal is to grow up and go backpack across Europe, then go do that. And if it doesn't work out, find something else to do. There's no hard and fast rule that we're stuck in these boxes that people put us in. So the first step, I think everybody needs something to believe in, whether you call it God, universe, source, whatever you want to call it. Everybody needs some outer source to believe in.
Amazing. I got that too. And you see, I thank God that I came out of those societal beliefs because it actually did a lot of harm to me than good. You see, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. More like conditioning our lives and trying to force us to live in a particular way. And I got your point. Whatever you believe you can become and you walk towards it, you will become it. That's right, I got that.
Exactly.
So let us get personal a bit, all right? What inspired you to start the Rosewood Academy and what makes it unique in the world of personal development? Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah. So I started coaching about 5 years ago, and I've always only had one-on-one clients. And I wanted to start being able to help more people. Like you can only help so many one-on-one clients because it takes a lot of energy, first off, because not only you're helping them, but you're also kind of absorbing their problems at the same time as you're helping. So it takes a little detox time after, right? And so I started Rosewood Academy with some pre-recorded courses, and then I do live weekly calls as group calls. And so instead of helping that one person on that call, I have 100 people on that call. And my email and my team are always available to answer questions. There's a Facebook group to help answer questions if anybody is stuck or, has a particular issue. And it has been so much better for my clients and for me just being able to reach so many more people. And we're a little bit unique. We don't just work on manifestation only as that one spot. We do the EFT tapping and I'll have the manifestation. We work on all kinds of different things for actually fixing your soul first, because it doesn't do any good to be rich if you're miserable. You need to be happy.
That's right, I got that. So that's what makes you unique. I got that. Okay, let us look at your approach. Okay, what is your approach to helping clients create their own online businesses?
Yeah. We start with getting their mindset correct. We start with self-awareness always, no matter whether we're working on business, on just your personal life, whatever. You always start with self-awareness, because if you don't know where you are, you have no idea where you're going. You don't know where you want to be, right? So once we get the awareness and the identity that you want, and then we start moving forward. And once you have your identity and exactly where you want to go, then we start going with, okay, well, who do you want to help? What do you want to help them with? And, how do you want to help them? Do you want to do one-on-one coaching? Do you want to have a group community membership? Do you want to do group coaching? There's so many different things, and you just kind of go through the process of figuring out exactly where you want to go. And we just kind of lay out the roadmap and walk you through it.
Okay, that sounds like a smart one. I got that too. Okay, you mentioned self-awareness. I'm just so curious, you see. Can you talk to us about why it is so important
the awareness also goes right in with those beliefs. So, like, if you're stuck where you believe that money is super hard to make, or being a mom is super hard, or keeping the house clean is super hard, then your belief is those are things are hard. But are they really hard? Or did you just spend 2 hours scrolling on social media and now it's hard because you have 10 minutes to do an hour of work, right? Like, did you make it hard or is it really hard? So once you're aware of where you're putting things off and where you're actually trying to go, because a lot of people be like, oh, yeah, I want to start a business. I want to do this. I want to do that. And they'll post on social media like 3 times and be like, oh, I don't have 30 clients. I quit. And it's like, you're not getting clients by posting 3 times, right? You have to be aware of what you're doing and know where you're going so that you can actually get there. Like, we don't get in the car and just be like, I want to go to the grocery store and not actually go.
That's right. That's right. I got that. Okay, we have one more question to go. For someone who needs your tips or insight as to how to create the life that they want. You see, maybe they're struggling with so many things now, and the life that they want seems impossible based on the stuff that they're going through. Like what you mentioned earlier, that if you see the situation as if it is hard, then it will be hard. So, what are some tips or insight that you can share for folks who would like to create the life that they want?
Start with things you can actually believe. Like, say, when people are trying to climb a mountain, right, they're going to do the first section and they're going to stop at the base camp. And then they're going to do the next section and stop at a base camp. If like, if I want to make $1 million, well, if that's so far out of your actual belief that you can really make $1 million, then set your first base camp at $10,000, right? You don't have to go for that main goal right off the bat. Like, set your goals realistic where you can actually believe that you can do it. And when you get to that goal, set your next goal higher and keep climbing that mountain, right? You don't have to we don't have to get to the goal in 5 minutes. You have to actually do the steps, because if you're trying to get somewhere that you don't believe you can get, you're really never going to get there. You have to start on what level you're on and know where your farthest belief you can get to today. Because as you grow,
Easy. Okay, I didn't get that part because as you grow, you were about to say something. Uh,
belief or everything is going to change. You're going to go up.
that's right. In other words, start with what you have. Keep the journey slow and steady. It's just like folks who start a business today and they believe the world is going to know the business the same day. So if they get to listen to you now, they will have to understand that, okay, it's going to be a process now. And I must take note of the progression as I exit each levels. I got that. That's a great one. Exactly, I tell you, that's right. Okay, to bring this to an end, Ada, what would you like to leave the audience with? Like a final thought. And to those who would like to reach out to you, learn more about what you're doing, you've said some amazing stuff with us and it resonated and they would love to learn more. How can that be possible? Beautiful. So your website, maybe like, do you have any? Okay, got that. So that's going to be the end of the show, Ada. Thank you for coming and thank you for blessing our ears and minds with this amazing stuff. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.